Well, hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Wild Your Garden. And in today's video, what a beautifully spring edition I've got for you. I couldn't be happier to be sat amongst one of my all-time favourite wildflowers. Now, for those of you that have been watching the channel for a while, you will already know, no doubt, that my favourite wildflower is of course the bird's foot trefoil, which is a cracking little plant which I really must do a full video on, so stay tuned to the channel for that. And I should say at this point, guys, if you are new to the channel, do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, then you won't miss a single video I post, which is every week on Sunday at 6 PM, and in between with lots of other shorts. Shorts are something I'm trying to venture into more of this year, so do check out the little shorts tab on the homepage if you haven't already. Lots of cool little videos of all the different encounters with wildlife, different plants, wildflowers, and lots of other things, parts of the projects that I'm currently working on as well. So a bit of a different set of videos for you there. And I can see an orange tip. Sorry guys. What timing is that? You have to believe me, I'm hoping it comes this way. Now, I'm very pleased that that's showed up, because the plant in question we are talking about today is, of course, the garlic mustard. What a beautiful plant it is. It really doesn't look like much to many of you, and I'm sure you probably don't even notice it when you're driving along a motorway or a back road somewhere, and you can see drifts of these beautiful white flowers which start to come out in April. And the other name for this plant is actually Jack by the hedge, for the very reason that it is often found along a hedgerow, and it is a plant that loves semi-shade. As you can see behind me, if I move this way a bit, you can see it loves that sort of dappled shade. It will almost grow in full shade as well. I'll put some clips in, some of it, there's clumps of it sort of underneath, right underneath the canopy of some of these hazel and field maple, nice big bushy trees and shrubs, which are really beautiful specimens. But it's a really good plant for a sort of a semi-shady area. And the reason, well, one of the many reasons actually, is it's one of my favourite plants, is that it is a larval food plant, one of the two main larval food plants for my favourite butterfly, of which is still basking over there, the orange tip, of which I had a really nice encounter with yesterday, where I'm working at the moment, which is a lovely 3-acre site where I have in the past restored a large natural wildlife pond, and I'll be doing a follow-up video of that. And I'm here currently making another wildlife pond, so yes, these clients really are going to town on doing everything they can for wildlife here. This is a site that they've developed over 40 years. They're both now in their 80s, and it's such a wonderful, wonderful habitat. Lots of butterflies that are very special here. For the keen-eared of you, that was one of the first willow warblers I've heard this year as well. That lovely sort of descending sort of beep 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 beep. Here comes the orange tip. Ready? Right on cue. Come on, come on. Can you see behind me? I can't see where it went. I think it went. Oh, it did go off. You will have hopefully seen that. But I'll put some clips in. Now, the orange tip loves this plant, and it's a great plant for the orange tip, because not only is it, I can't believe it, here comes another one. This is ridiculous. It's like the M25 today. Oh, and it's just landed there. What a little beauty. Male orange tip, you cannot beat them. Yes. I will get to the detail of this video. So the orange tip itself, loving that sun, it will lay the eggs on kind of the underside of the flowers. So you'll be, at this time of year, if you're anything like me, checking the underside of the flowers. It's still early in the season. It's only about the middle of April now, and the females are still kind of emerging, and there certainly will be over the next couple of weeks. So usually I start to check around the end of April. There he goes, off again. What a cracking little spot this is for him. And the orange tip eggs, as you might have guessed, are bright orange in colour, and they actually lay them, as I say, just underneath the developing flower buds, which is a real fantastic sight. It's one that gets me going every year. And that orange tip is flitting around trying to do its very best to distract me. What a good job it's doing. Yeah, so the orange tip lays its eggs on the underside of the flower, but also it is a nectar source as well for them. So that's why this guy is loving it here, because he's no doubt searching for a female, but in the process of doing so, he can enjoy the nectar that is on offer with these lovely little white discreet flowers. And at this time of year and over the next couple of weeks, they do just absolutely transform a roadside verge. You can get just absolutely meters and meters and meters of white flowers. It's really lovely to see. And obviously the Jack by the Hedge name again, that dappled shade is perfect for them. Now, they're also a larval food plant. This is one of the other reasons they're good for butterflies, and one of my favourites. They're also a larval food plant for the green-veined white, which will actually lay its eggs on the kind of the lower down underside of the leaves, the big leaves. I'll pick a leaf and I'll show you. I'm sure I won't mind one going. Just check there's no eggs on it. No, not yet. So it's a lovely kind of heart-shaped leaf. And the butterflies will lay, the green vein whites will lay their eggs on the underside, so they're less easily detected from above by blue tits or other invertebrates that might be looking to eat these eggs. So yes, it's a great source of food for the caterpillars of the green vein white, and also the small white and the large white. So 4 of our white species of butterfly, of which the orange tip is one. So the large, the green veined, the small and the orange tip, it's unbelievable. So that's rivaled only by the nettles really here in the UK in terms of how many species of butterfly will lay on a specific type of plant. There it goes again, or another one, who knows? They're all coming out today. Absolutely brilliant to see. My absolute favourite time of year this is. So the only problem with this plant, I find, is it is a biennial, which means that it will, like a foxglove, it'll develop its basal rosette in the first year, and then it'll actually flower in the second year. So it will take 2 years for it to come into full fruition, like these beauties here. They can grow up to a metre tall. These currently are only about 18 to 20 inches or so, but they can grow up to a metre. And yes, I really wish they were a perennial, because they're such a cracking plant, although they do spread very well. The only thing you have to watch with them is they can form, if I lean back, quite a decent sized clump. All of this behind me is garlic mustard, but a great opportunistic plant that will adapt to many a situation where not many other species will. That sort of semi-shade, it really does knock out the variety of wildflowers that can thrive within these kind of light conditions. So really good one for that. And I absolutely love it, as you can probably tell. You can, of course, eat the leaves as well. From the springtime, well, from the autumn when the leaves start developing, right the way through up until when the leaves are flowering. When the plant is flowering. And I'll tell you what, I'll prove a point. I'll pick a fresh leaf. There you go, live demonstration. If I keel over, I'm in Hertfordshire somewhere. No. It's got a very garlicky taste, which is where I should say it gets its name from, and it is traditionally used a lot in salads for a nice alternative to garlic. A really great natural resource. I mean, if you've got a patch this big, you can make about 1,000 salads with that, I think. So yes, an edible plant, a great larval food plant for caterpillars, and it's also a nectar source for many insects as well. So, and that's what I really love about a wildflower. That's when it ticks both boxes for me, if you like. When it has the opportunity to provide a larval food source in terms of the leaves or whatever it will eat, and also a nectar source for the butterflies and insects as well. So a double whammy. And I should say the caterpillars of the orange tip, they'll eat a different part of the plant. So they will actually eat the developing seed pods. So when the flowers have finished flowering, and they're starting to develop into these kind of leguminous looking seed pods, so look like a little bit of a mini pea pod, if you like, with the little dark seeds inside in time, the caterpillars will actually kind of munch down the seed pod. So really nice to see. And that leaf I used as a demonstration earlier, the orange tip caterpillars is camouflage because they're slightly more sort of grey green than the leaf itself. This leaf is a really lush vivid green, but the caterpillars are sort of grey green and sort of paler underneath. And what they do is they lay down the midrib, what's known as the midrib of the leaf, that middle sort of vein, in an attempt to camouflage themselves. No, they don't. I'm thinking of the brimstone butterfly. No, the orange tips will actually lie up the developing seed pods. Sorry, I was thinking of a brimstone caterpillar which actually rear up if you go to disturb the leaf, so as to minimise the shadow, because a lot of blue tits have learned if they look from underneath a leaf they can see a caterpillar on top of a leaf, but if of course the caterpillar raises up, then obviously there's less shadow underneath, so it's less obvious for the blue tits to detect them. So yes, the caterpillars of the orange tip will actually eat the developing seed pods and lay along them, so it's really nice. In time you can sort of see them. They will lie on the leaves as well. I should correct myself there. I wasn't that far out, but they will lie along the seed pods, so a really nice way to spot them is to look for the developing seed pods. As we go into May, certainly you'll see them a lot more easily than trying to find a tiny little caterpillar, which may be a little bit tricky at times. So yes, I absolutely love this plant. Obviously any plants, guys, you're after, including the garlic mustard, check out wildyourgarden.com. We can ship to you if you're in the UK, and that's in the form of seeds, plugs, 9cm potted plants, and of course all your pond plants, pond liner, bird food, bird boxes. You know the deal, guys. Go check it out. The shop is doing really well at the moment, and I should soon have some very exciting news, some new products that are coming to the shop, so stay tuned for that one. But I hope today's video has opened your eyes a little bit as to why the garlic mustard is one of my all-time favourite plants, and why it should be an absolute necessity in your garden. It will grow almost anywhere. It'll grow in a lot of different soil types. It likes more well-drained sort of calcareous soils, but it will grow in heavier soils too, on clay, and it's just an all-round great plant. So if you haven't, add some to your garden and just give it some room, because it will spread, but of course you can pull a few out if you need to maintain the size of it. So a great plant, a great wildflower to attract wildlife to your garden. And as always, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a like and feel free to subscribe to the channel, and I'll be sure to bring you many more videos on all the ways in which you can help wildlife in videos to come. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.